Hello, I hope everybody is having a fine day. Hello, it's me, Double MB. Before I get to the questions, I just want to say, oh my gosh, like I uploaded that animatic and I just expected maybe 100 likes, maybe 200 views, and I'm in the double digits thousands, and I almost got 1,000 subscribers over one video, and it's holy shit. I did not expect that. So it's I guess I'm a YouTuber now, when I really just wanted just some clout for the recent manga spoiler update things, the Toya reveal. But yeah, so first of all, thank you guys. Uh, I'm an attention whore, and it feels great to get attention. So let's get to the questions. Okay, so first, shout out, say hi apparently to TT Tokyo. I don't know if that's how you say it, or if it's tit or titty Tokyo. I don't know. But you said, can you say hi back to me? So, hi back to you. And another person, a lot of people have been commenting about, I thought Toya had red hair. I thought he had white hair. Because, the whole confusion that I think all started because I think it was an anime only coloring mistake. But, and I'm not up to date with the manga. I'm just up to date with the most recent spoilers because I've started looking at the tags on Tumblr, and I've gotten addicted. It's something to look forward to every week when the leaks come out Wednesday/Thursday. And it's getting me through. But so basically, he was born with red hair, and then his quirk manifested, and it turned white because I guess it was Ray's constitution coming out, and his weakness to fire. So that's what I'm pretty sure is the answer. It could just be recon stuff, but yeah. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have enough questions for this entire video because it's 30 some odd minutes long, even though it's at 4 times speed. Which also this drawing, I just was I want to do a speed paint, and I found some free program because I don't like paying for stuff. And my drawing program is free too. Medibang Paint Pro shout out. But yeah, so I just found it, and then I'm I want to do some Toya fan art because one of my favorite characters. Let's do it. And I like snarky, sassy, kind of pretty insane Dabi, and then poor little innocent Toya who he just wants to do his best and be a hero, but his body just can't handle it, and in de whore. I am not much of an Endeavor fan. I'm indifferent, but I mean, I don't think he can be fully redeemed considering I come from a home of abusive father, and it's oh yeah, no, fuck you. So yeah, so that's just about this actual drawing, and I could cut stuff out, but I don't know, I like seeing other artists their whole process, so it's might as well show my whole process from rough sketch to finished product. So I hope you guys like that, which I will also be posting it on my Instagram, which is double the word double underscore M_B. It should be down in my description, or it sounds so weird saying that because I watch YouTube and it's chuck down this subscription. It's oh, I'm a YouTuber now. But yeah, so definitely check it out and go see it and give it a like because I really like how it turned out. Anyway, more questions. Do you have any tips for animation? Honestly, it's hard because it's I'm honestly not a veteran animator. I used to make like flip notes, if ever anybody remembers that on the DSi, but they were relatively rough, and I've never like been able to like make a really good finished animation that I'm like really proud of, that's like up to par with like who I look up to. But definitely just like practice and just do quick stuff, and look up a lot of like, I know a lot of people post like little sheets that it's like animation tips or watch videos, and I know it's like really like overdone, but the ball bouncing, that's a good way to kind of just play with like movement, and like just something moving, and you practice with the squish and the stretch when it bounces off walls or on the floor, and also just doing simple like head turnarounds, like just doing a simple default kind of head, and just turn it around, like, you know, do the front view, 3/4 side, and then, because I like to do basic keyframes and then go in and kind of in between. I know that's a little frowned upon because you want to be able to just flow and let it go, but it helps kind of thinking about the in-between things, and that also helps smooth it out. So yeah, I just practice, do stuff simple. If you have a 3DS, I don't think they sell it anymore, but they actually made a Flipnote 3D for the 3DS, because my brother got it for me for one of my birthdays. I don't think they sell it anymore, but of course on like iPads or tablets and stuff, they have Flip-a-Clip, and that's a pretty good program to just kind of scribble out some stuff, and that's mostly the kind of stuff I do, and you can see that in my animatic. It's not like clean, and it definitely isn't as smooth as I would like it, but most of them are like straight through. Like, I just kind of was like, okay, here's the foot, here's where it is next. I didn't do much in betweening. But yeah, so I hope that somehow helped, even though I think it was mostly me rambling. But yeah, those are my tips. So someone asked, is your dog named Alfred? No, I don't have a dog. I do have two cats though. One is Socks, and she is a big fat lady, and very full of anger. She loves my brother though. Like, he walks in the room and she just looks up at him so lovingly, like, oh, shut up, Socks. And then we have, which Socks is my grandma's cat, and then we have Pepper, who she's just a little sweetheart. She's just petite, especially compared to Socks, and she just curls up in your arm, and we call it like football, because she just curls up in the crook of your arm and just cuddles right next to you. But then when she sleeps with me, she is just she's a big scaredy cat, but when she sleeps with you, she's a rock. She does not move. I gotta like move my entire body around her tiny little frame just to turn over, but I don't care. I love my little baby kitty. And somebody else asked what type of noodle you prefer. That's a very strange question, but it's very profound, because I've never really thought about that before. I really like whatever the hell the Italians have going on. Penne, that's pretty good. I like that, like, the sauce and shit can get inside it, though sometimes it slips right off my fucking, like, my fork. Bow tie pasta is really cool, just because that shit cute. I like udon, and I think those are my favorites. I don't know. I like all pastas. Oh, this may be a little controversial, but I like zoodles. If anybody knows what that is, it's zucchini noodles. It's like you put a zucchini on this little noodler, and it noodles it. And I really like that, because I like eating healthy occasionally, and then I can have like chicken alfredo or like any sort of like pasta dish, but have zoodles and not feel guilty about it because, yeah. So those are my takes. Probably some good, some bad, but that's my noodle opinions. Somebody else asked when I started drawing and like what inspired me. Because also I'm in college. I'm 22. I'm graduating this semester, and I have a thesis show I should have been working on instead of the speed paint, but c'est la vie. Uh, and I am a drawing major, and I mean I've always wanted to do something artistic. Like I remember growing up and telling my mom that I wanted to work at Pixar, um, just because it's like, wow, making movies, and I've always been inspired by like animation and movies and just storytelling, and I've so basically I started drawing when I was like 2 and could hold a crayon, um, and I've just never stopped. And definitely anybody who wants to do drawing or wants to get better, practice, practice, practice. Like, I have so many notebooks filled to the brim of shitty drawings that I still have because I like seeing where I came from and how much I've improved. And that has literally taken 15 years of my life. So it's not easy, and it's not something necessarily that you're just gifted with, because it's something you got to work at all the time, and just look at references. And this may be controversial, but in my painting classes and in my drawing classes, we do things called master copies, where you look at a master's work. Like, say, I think I did a work, I don't think it was by Rembrandt, I forget who it was, but you look at a work and you copy it. And while you shouldn't sell those copies, or honestly nowadays you probably shouldn't post them, just because it's like, that's, you're just copying somebody else's work and you shouldn't be get credit for that outside. But it's still good to copy stuff and learn from that, because that it is a learning experience, learning from somebody else's style or trying out a different style. Like, a lot of my early drawings were copies of somebody else's drawings on DeviantArt that I really like, and they were of Maximum Ride. That was like one of my first fandoms. But yeah, like, copying really, like, in tracing too, like, especially for poses, finding good reference pictures and tracing can be a good learning experience. And you shouldn't use the traces or copies as finished works, but that can be sketchbook stuff, that can be like studies, and it can help you develop your own style, because again, your own style develops from everything you like, taking all that in. So actively cultivating that sort of culmination of everything that you like will help you develop a style and help you make better art. And yeah, so I've always wanted to go into drawing and work on storyboarding and character design. I love character design. And because I've always been into fandom too, and art is also what kind of brought me into fandom, because I read books, and then especially with Maximum Ride, I got into anime because of Maximum Ride, because they have a manga series of, I think it's now like the first 3 books, which that series went kind of off the chain, out into left field. But because that's what I used to copy a whole lot, was from the manga. And then I got into Phineas and Ferb and was copying that style, which of course is very, very American cartoony with the simple shapes. And then what really got me into fandom was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 reboot. that was a big milestone. That's when I joined Tumblr way back in the day of like 2012, 2013. But those have definitely helped me develop my style, develop what I like to do, what I like to see. But my love for art started, my love for art started with being a fan of animation and being a fan of cartoons and eventually Japanese animation and Japanese cartoons. So yeah, take inspiration from everywhere and do what you love. And for me, I love drawing characters and just making art, because I do realistic stuff too, but I really love the character stuff, the stuff I do in my own style. And that is what I call ranty, and probably way off topic and probably way more than you asked. But yeah, make fan art too. Fan art is just fun. Like I'm taking an illustration class, and our first project is legitimately fan art. And I'm actually doing an illustration of hawks, which I'll post to my Instagram once it's done. And my professor, she's like, fan art can get you seen. It can get you seen by companies. They'll hire you if they like your style and stuff. So don't be ashamed to do fan art. And fan art is still art. I mean, look at the Renaissance. It was all fan art of the Bible. Everybody freaking simping for Jesus. So do what makes you happy, and hopefully that'll work out. Sometimes it doesn't, and that sucks, and you gotta make compromises, but that's life. But you should still do what makes you happy. One big, very difficult question to answer that somebody asked was, what's your favorite anime? That is so hard because I don't know. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is awesome. I've rewatched it a few times. It's very good. One of my first animes, and it did scare me. The whole Chimera. God rest her soul, and that poor dog. Spoilers, I guess. But I really like that. My Hero Academia, it really is one of my favorites, especially because it's gotten me back into fandom and like really making fan art and stuff and participating and creating stuff. And also, apparently it's gotten me nearly 1,000 subscribers. So that's always great. But there's so many good animes. There's this one called Given, that's really good. I'm a big sap, so a lot of the animes I watch, I cry. Angel Beats, oh my gosh, that one I sobbed. That's not like my favorite anime. It's so cheesy, but honestly, it's so good. But it might just be nostalgia because I first watched it when I was like 14. But let's see, what else? I don't know, because there's a lot of good ones. I've been getting back into Attack on Titan again, though I know there's some issues there with the author, and I think something about eugenics, and that's not pretty. That's not cash money, dude. Let's see, what else? Promised Neverland is really good, but it does have a little bit of a problematic thing with the character in the first season. Sister Krona, if you know, you know. I think right now my favorite is My Hero Academia, because it has a lot to offer. It has a lot of characters. And the characters are so good. I love all the Todorokis and Bakugo, freaking asshole loud man. It is good, and I like it. And again, it got me back into fandom, so that's always good. It's my new hyper fixation, which I'm always on the search for one of those. So yeah, put your favorite animes down in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a academic, intellectual discussion about anime and everybody's favorites. Because I'd like to hear that, because I'm always on the lookout for a new anime, because I like watching stuff, and especially I'm sure everybody likes to watch stuff while they eat. Just occupy yourself. But yeah, definitely put down anime suggestions, and I will try to look at them. I like shonen. I like adventure. I like fantasy, mystery, kind of horror. Um, I like movies too. Oh, the movie Your Name. Oh, I freaking sobbed on that one. That was so freaking at the end. Oh my gosh. I don't want to spoil any of that because it's an experience. I definitely suggest everybody go out and watch Your Name. That's a freaking good ass movie. And also watch Given and Promise Neverland, because the season 2 is airing of Promise Neverland right now, and it's banging. So check that out and tell me what your favorites are. Also, sorry if the sound quality is god awful. I'm just using the microphone on my headphones, because obviously I don't have any of this like YouTuber equipment. And also, in the works is another animatic, and it is Dabi related. The song it's going to is Congratulations, one of the studio songs from Hamilton, and it's like Fuyumi coming in, and she's like, "Congrats, idiot, you hurt our baby brother," kind of stuff. So be looking forward to that. Don't know when I'll finish it. I'm about halfway through. I probably will post more like speed paints and stuff, because after this I'm guessing people will probably have more questions, and I'll probably do another Q&A. So yeah, be looking forward to that stuff when it comes eventually. Again, I'm graduating this semester and I have a thesis show I really should be working on because it's animation, and obviously that's a lot of work. So yeah. So somebody asked, extra spicy, regular spicy, or weak food? Sorry guys, I'm a pussy. I no, not much spice. I can handle some, but it's like I don't I don't like spicy. One time I got like these really hot Doritos, and I could like eat one chip at a time and have to drink a whole cup of water. I'm a weakling, guys. Somebody else asked, what's your favorite ship in My Hero Academia? That's a good question. 'Cause I don't know, I'm pretty flexible. I'm not like ship war kind of stuff. Like, I'm not going to be offended with whatever becomes or doesn't become canon. Though I do ship Todeku, Totodeku. I don't know the actual names for them. But because I don't know, that's just cute, and just I love freaking Shoto. He's baby. I love him so much, and just him in being all like serious, deadpan sort of stuff, and then just Deku being cute and flustered probably, and just encouraging. It's just cute. Definitely, I one ship that I definitely ship is Bakugo and Kirishima, just because they're like bros, but it's like taking the B out of bromance. And I just like Kirishima getting Bakugo to be like soft, because I'm a big proponent of soft Bakugo. Other than that, I don't know, most of the ships I also like somewhat ship to an extent. I like Dabi Hawks, even though I think most of the stuff for that is purely fanon. I like Momo and Jiro, just because cute ladies. Yeah. I mean, there's not really ships that I'm like against, but I like all of them because all of them have like a good dynamic. Unless it's like, oh my gosh, I think I was looking at fanfics and there was one that was like Bakugo X All Might, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Get this off of here. Disgusting. Or like, oh, I saw one that was like NGX Shoto, and it's like, no, that's awful. Oh, I also do ship Aizawa and Yamada, just because it's like they're cute, their dynamic is fun. Um, so yeah, those are my ship opinions, I guess. Somebody else actually asked what app I use to draw, and I want to go ahead because I mentioned it earlier, but I'll repeat that. It's Medibang Paint Pro. It's free. It's pretty good. It's on desktop and like mobile, and I use both because I have an iPad that I sometimes doodle on. Um, and then also to make my videos, I typically use Windows Live Movie Maker. Though with this one, because Movie Maker wasn't like processing my videos well, like it was dropping it like to an awful quality. So I'm actually using like the Windows 10 video editor for this one. Um, but for my animatics, I definitely use Windows Live Movie Maker. And with like tips on, somebody asked specifically from the animatic, I think it was 205 where like Dobby moves from like one side to the other, and like any tips for how I did that. I don't, it's so hard because it's like I go back and I look at it, it's like, oh cool, that looks cool. How did I do that? Um, I'd say move, like kind of act out what movement you want, and you'll feel silly and stupid, but it helps to get a feel of that. And then you can take pictures, you can take a video, and then exaggerate. Definitely exaggerate when you're animating, because you want to make everything more pronounced, more dynamic. Like, obviously somebody flipping their head to the side and kind of moving over wouldn't do that as dramatically as he did. But oh, and also diagonals. Definitely play a lot with diagonals, like especially with the shoulder versus like the way the head is tilting. More dynamic is when it's like opposite diagonals, like the head's leaning to the right and then the right shoulder is up. Um, and then kind, because also in that little bit his hair kind of swoops, and with that stuff you kind of want to have like a little bounce, so you have the extreme, the furthest it moves, and then it kind of bounces back, and the bounce back should be kind of like subtle but enough to kind of get that little bounce, because like his expression also kind of, it doesn't bounce, it just kind of shifts, like it goes to the very extreme and then it kind of goes down a little bit as it's kind of settling into that final pose. That probably makes no sense, but and again, I'm not like a professional or anything, and I don't even consider myself a like a great animator. Like I just kind of am competent enough, I guess, to like make stuff that looks good. Um, at least good enough. And then some. They also asked, "Do you draw on a computer or an iPad?" Um, for the animatic, I actually used my Wacom Bamboo Create. They don't make it anymore, but they make similar models in the same sort of price range. The Bamboo Create I got like in 2012. Um, but now I'm actually using a Wacom Cintiq 16, which is what I use to draw this speed paint. Oh, and it's brand new. Oh, it's great. I love it. But also, like, there's the iPad, and I've made really nice drawings with just with the iPad and like a cheap $20 like stylus from Amazon. Like, you don't need to spend a bunch of money to like be competent. And it's good for beginners not to buy like the real hardcore stuff, because you want to get into a groove, and then like once you know that this is something you really want to do, you get the good stuff and you get it really excited. Like I got really excited with the Cintiq. It's awesome. um So yeah. Wow, I think I had enough questions to actually get to the end of the video. Wow. Either that or I'm just really good at rambling, which I think is what happened. So I hope you liked this. I want to definitely do more speed paints in the future just because I like watching my own speed paints and I like watching other people's. And if you guys have any like topics or like any more questions or stuff, I definitely would be up for doing another like voiceover one. Or if you absolutely hate my voice, that's okay. I can also just do music in the background and, you know, copyrighted music. It's fine. So I hope you like that. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. So, bye guys. Hope you have a great day.